I would say that the main goal of sociology, and so my main goal as a sociologist, is to make the world intelligible. On some level, the world is just a bunch of sensory data, and then on another level, the world is, individual peoples and things, individual persons and things. But what sociology does is it finds patterns in that, and it makes it intelligible. It helps us understand. It helps us navigate through the world. It makes things predictable. Not completely predictable because society's complex, people are complex, but it helps. The beauty of sociology and the thing that makes sociology so attractive to me is that it kind of really encompasses economics. Not economic theory, but sociologists study the economy. Sociologists study politics. Sociologists also study medicine. They study art. They study science. They study culture. It really captures everything. And it can provide a kind of synthetic perspective on the whole social world. I was a double major when I was in college in sociology and philosophy. And the idea of it was that philosophy was going to tell me how the world should work. I was really interested in political theory, theories of justice, theories of ethics, personal growth and how to live a good life and that sort of stuff. But philosophers, they're all giving us ideas of what to aspire to. The sociologists, I thought, and the reason I double majored in sociology with philosophy, they're telling me how the world actually works. So philosophers were telling us how it should work, and the sociologists were telling us actually how it does work. And that to me was really exciting. I could look around the world and anything that interested me. International development. How can less developed nations become more developed? Crime. What causes crime? How can we fix it? All those things could be included in sociology, and that was incredibly exciting to me. My original interests were in education, how we could use education as a ladder of mobility. I transitioned into politics and started studying the development of public policies to provide equal opportunities. All that stuff is possible in sociology. And so you don't get tied into really narrow things. You can always see this big picture and move around within the discipline to capture all these different things, whatever grabs you. We've got these challenges now. The middle class is declining. Americans thought that ever since the 1940s, the middle class was going to get stronger and stronger and be the backbone in America. Now there's a kind of hollowing out. Economists can provide a lot of insight into that. Political scientists can as well. Historians can tell us where we came from. But sociologists, I think, are really suited to capture really complex problems like this. Sociology is really well suited to gather all the different angles on this that are necessary to understand phenomena like the declining middle class and the movement of jobs and how families can adapt to these kinds of new pressures and new challenges. One of the great things about sociology, as I've said, is that because sociology sees the big picture, and because, by definition, it's about understanding groups of people, I think sociology is an excellent background for business. When I talk to entrepreneurs who are starting a new business, it always strikes me how they are sort of practical sociologists. They have to predict how different groups of people will respond to their product or service. You can think of all sorts of occupations that sociology is excellent preference for, or excellent preparation for. And also the quantitative skills. So many jobs now are incorporating what's called STEM skills in them. They're not considered normally a STEM job, but almost all jobs now involve computers, increasingly involving technical kind of work, statistical work. Sociology gives you a background in that. The logic of research design is a kind of logic that you're going to use in all sorts of jobs. So there's a training of mind, a training and ability to write, a training and ability to think about large groups of people, how they respond, that I think would be valuable for a lot of different jobs other than academic sociologists.